Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video I am really excited because we are going to test out the Snow Angels palette by doseofcolors. I have only used solid and liquid lipsticks by doseofcolors, so I'm really curious to see how their eyeshadows perform. And this palette went on sale on Ulta's website, oopsie, and I was like, let's just try it and see. Ooh. Hello brush, and this is what the inside looks like. I think these colors are gorgeous. We have cashmere, pretty bold, very cold, 0 degrees, and thin ice. I think I am going to try to use every single shade in this palette, and we are going to do some swatches of each. Oh wow. Cashmere and 0 degrees felt the butteriest, if that makes sense. And then the other 3 shades, pretty bold, very cold, and thin ice, had similar textures to them. So let's swatch. So the swatches are super pigmented. I know some of them look a little bit patchy. It could be me because it was on the bone and I was just kind of going wherever at that point. I still think by the swatch you can still see that they're super pigmented and that you're going to have to work for the blending, and I'm not really concerned about patchiness because of how I still have these shades on my fingers after the swatch. So I have already applied some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer on my lids and kind of have a full face. I added a little bit of blush. I have some highlight in my brows. First, we're gonna go into the shade Cashmere, and we're gonna start on the crease and base. This palette did have a little bit of fallout. Fallout doesn't bother me, but it does bother some people. superhero. So my final thoughts. I think Dose of Colors have really pigmented eyeshadows. You do have to be a little bit patient blending them. I felt like I had to work a little bit harder blending out these shadows just because like they did come on the lid very boldly and I didn't like that harsh look, so I felt like I was there for a while and my original look that I was going for just turned out to be a mess just because I couldn't get the shades working together. Instead of where I have Berry Cold right now, I had 0 degrees, and 0 degrees and Thin Ice clashed really bad, and ultimately Thin Ice took over. So I'm more pleased with how this look came out. I am disappointed how different 0 degrees looks at the pan, how it's swatched, and when you actually put it on a brush and apply. My favorite shade in the whole palette was Pretty Bold. I think this shade was very pretty and I just love that pop of pink, and blended in with Berry Cold and Thin Ice, it has like a really nice look to it. And then Cashmere, it was just a really nice transitional shade and just a nice way to get everything started. Definitely really helped me understand Dose's formula. Nothing against it, it's just, I mean, I had high expectations for this brand. I just didn't realize how much of a challenge I was going to have in achieving a look that I envisioned. So I guess I'm just kind of bummed out that the original look I had in mind didn't work out. I think this one turned out 10 times better, and it was something I just decided to try to recover and using this palette because I almost turned off the camera and I was like, I'm done. Glad I gave it a second shot because I do like how I made this look. Now, I don't know how many uses, you know, if you want to keep recycling the same look or how many other looks you can to create. I do gravitate towards these colors more. I love shadows like Thin Ice in the outer V. I'm trying to get back into blue shades. The Morphe 35 V palette really made me want to get back into blues. That's why I had like this bold blue look going on in my head and it just didn't work for me. I do like the formula. I think if they were different shades or if they had like another cute little palette like this but different shades, I would love to try that as well. Nothing against this color story. I know for me, I probably would not get much use out of this palette because I think I have some other palettes with very similar shades. If you have this palette and you can make it brighter, let me know. I did not try MAC Fix or try to do a cut crease with it because sometimes maybe concealer or MAC Fix can really enhance it to that blue. If you have this palette, let me know what looks you created with it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like Dose of Colors, first impressions, fun eye looks. Leave me a comment down below if you have this palette, any recommendations on how to use Dose of Color eyeshadows, and what other Dose of Colors palettes that you recommend. Please make sure you're subscribed before you leave, and I'll see you in the next video.